I've played MMOs my whole life. World of Warcraft, Rift, Black Desert Online, Guild Wars 2, and even a little bit of New World. And yeah, Destiny 2 and Warframe if you count them, of course. But today, I finally tried the e-girl anime dating sim, Final Fantasy XIV. Now, other than that joke being overused to shit, I've heard a lot about this game over the years. It launched in 2010 and flopped so hard, they put it on life support while they worked on a superior version. Then in 2013, they relaunched it as A Realm Reborn, and it somehow became one of the best comeback stories in gaming. It's known as a story-first MMO, or an RPG MMO if you want to get technical, with a notoriously slow start, and recently it's been thriving. It's passed other giants in active player count, and even overtook World of Warcraft at times. Now, I've been on my mount grind in Guild Wars 2 lately, but for the first time, maybe ever, I thought, you know what, I want an MMO with a good story, and some real endgame wouldn't hurt either. So I finally did it. I tried Final Fantasy XIV for the first time ever, and here's how the first few hours went. First off, I went through Steam for the install, and while the actual download happened through the Final Fantasy XIV launcher, Steam still logged it as playtime. Not a big deal, just funny that I earned my first half hour before even making a character. Before that though, I had to create a Square Enix account, which felt a little unnecessary considering I downloaded it through Steam. Not the end of the world or anything, just a little bit tedious. The launcher itself is actually pretty clean, nothing confusing there at all. And once I got through all of that, the main menu hits hard. Beautiful design and music that punches straight into your childhood. It's nostalgic, even if you've never played. While adjusting settings before we get into it, I found something called Immersive Spatial Audio. I thought, cool, that sounds pretty neat, and clicked it. It popped open a browser window and made me download third-party software. Then, through a QR code on my screen, I scanned it with my phone live on stream, and it asked me to scan my face. Yeah, Square Enix just casually scanned my facial structure to calibrate 3D audio to my ears, which sounds fake, but okay. If it wasn't a Final Fantasy game known for elite music, there's no way I'd let them install what's probably government-grade malware. But for music that slaps this hard, fine, I'll risk it. Next up, character creation. After a cool cinematic showing the calamity of Eorzea, basically the reset from the original version, we land in a surprisingly deep character creator. I was a little bit confused by the race versus clan thing until chat helped me out. Apparently there are sub-races with minor differences. Pretty cool. You've got your standard humans, tall humans, muscle mommies, Ahri from League of Legends, cat boys, Rengar from League of Legends, and toddlers. Yeah, the Lalafell are tiny potato people who look like children from a fantasy daycare. I thought the Shy from BDO were weird, but this is on another level. I almost feel like this option should be illegal in most places. Anyway, I went with the Ah-Ra, blue skin, horny, and fulfills my inner slim thick femboy. Picked the Lancer because the armor looked cool, though there's apparently a particular battle mage class that I might need to try out in the future. So we load in and I start in Gridania, one of the game's 3 starting cities, deep in the forest of the Black Shroud. The intro drops you into a caravan entering Eorzea, presumably from the Far East where the Aurora lore places them. While chatting with the caravan crew, we're interrupted by guards chasing off some bird people called the Ishali, I think. I assume they're important later. A quick note on pronunciation, there's barely any voice acting this early on, so I'm kind of winging it. If I'm butchering something, let me know in the comments. If it's really that bad though, I'll just watch a lore video or something. I finally hit Gridania, and like every MMO ever, I'm instantly drafted into some light indentured servitude. They call it training, but let's be real, it's earn your keep by doing chores. I met Mother Moana, or Moina, a sweet NPC who sets you up with some early quests. While I was hanging out in the Carline Canopy, a few people from chat showed up with their fashion and gave me quite a morale boost. Shout out to them, community vibes were pretty solid. From there, I bounced between the MSQ, side quest, and Lancer job quest. Nothing wild, just classic MMO warm-up stuff. But I did meet an absolute grade A tool doing the anime antagonist pose in the Lancers Guild, so that was a nice bit of flavor. Look, I've played a lot of MMOs. I know how these starts go. You kill 5 things, gather 3 plants, walk across the city 3 times. I get it. Final Fantasy XIV definitely takes its time, but I didn't hate it. It's clearly built to ramp up slowly, which is kind of refreshing in a weird way. But here's the thing, even in the early hours, the atmosphere is incredible. The music is perfect. Like, we joke about 10 out of 10 music, but this is legit. every track so far has been an absolute banger. There's a mood and polish here that most MMOs don't get right. So that's where I'm at. First couple of hours into Final Fantasy XIV, and I'm cautiously optimistic. Nothing mind-blowing yet, but the foundation is strong. It's slow, but it doesn't feel hollow. There's depth here, and you can feel it simmering. For anybody who wants to know, most days I'm streaming around 3 PM EST, doing a little bit of variety to open up, some Guild Wars 2, maybe some Destiny or Warframe, something else like Doom, and then I'm jumping right into Final Fantasy XIV for the majority of the stream. So if you want to come by and watch the journey unfold, or just want to see if I finally cave and roll a Catboy, feel free to come by and say hi. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you soon.